I wanted to take a moment to unpack something that I guess it's been in the back of my mind, but I hadn't been aware of it until this morning. I was just pondering it. I just want to talk through this. I'm always saying that we are all um, bathed in the blood and the taint of white supremacy. So that Black folks have our own internalized white supremacy and anti Blackness to deal with. And so, I don't know what made me start thinking about this morning, but I was thinking about how brilliant my fucking mom is. My mom is so damn smart, along with the rest of the women in our family. But my mom, specifically talk about my mom. My mom is so fucking smart. She is a advanced degree. She's logical. She is compassionate. She thinks through things. She it's This is how I got into the learning sphere. I'm gonna tell you, my mom is who brought me into training and development when I was in my late 20s. So she started me on this path of being an educator. Didn't know it then because she's an educator and so many more things. And I wanted to just talk about this message is even with all of that I've just said, how great my mom is, there has always been a part of me that blamed her for our lack of consistent income, our lack of consistent housing, our lack of consistent when we had money, we lived well, and the lack in consistency in that. And so as I unpacked, so she would come home at times just in tears because of something that happened at work. Somebody, now I know what it is, gaslit her, or, and I don't call them microaggressions anymore. They're actually abuse. So she was being abused on every job that she was on. And I didn't see it because one, I was too young to understand that. But two, which is more important, is white supremacy would not allow me to blame anybody but her. Um, mm, that really hurts to say that. That somebody who continues to do everything in her power to support me, my work, no matter what the fuck I was doing, whether I was acting, where I was doing improv, where I was selling Cadillacs, where I was selling Bang and Olufsen equipment, where I was getting degrees, no matter what, this woman has always stood in my corner. And yet, I did not have an understanding that her failures were not hers because white supremacy has a delusion that Black folks also get to be individuals like white people do, and we don't. We get treated as groups. And it's with heartfelt sorrow that I want to publicly apologize to my mom. You did what you could to survive and take care of me in a system that was rigged against you. In a system that said, how dare you try to be great? How dare you use the tools of white supremacy to advance yourself and your family? Um, hmm. And that's why we need to heal. This is why. And this is just one story. This is just one story. Why am I crying? It's because I've been there. I know what that feels like. And I hate that I blamed her for that because it was not her fault. Just like with every other Black woman or every other indigenous woman or every other, yeah, who's trying to, you know, hustle and have the American dream. But every time you turn around, there is something in the systems, institutions, and policies that's there to thwart your success. That is there to not only thwart your success, but make sure you have an understanding that your failure is your own and not of the system. So then you don't question the systems. Mm. So I don't really know. Yeah, you know how I do. I just unpack stuff, and um, so I just really want you to understand that as you white folks try to establish an anti-racist practice, that everything that you do has the impact for harm. There is nothing redeeming in whiteness. Now, this is when I'm talking about groups. I'm not talking about individual white people. There is nothing redeemable in whiteness. There is nothing good about whiteness because whiteness was created to justify the harm of blackness, to justify the harm of anti blackness, to justify the harming, the rape, the killing, the abuse of black people. And I see my role in that, and that just hurts my soul that I've participated in this and did not understand it. But no more, no more. Um, yeah, and this is why I go so hard. Because as I said before, if you can handle Kim on a 10, you can handle any black woman in your office who's on a 2, because that's what mainly they are. They only get to maybe if they get up to a 7 because you've done something that pissed them the fuck off and they've just had enough. But most times, they just give it to you easy, and yet you still contribute in their failure. So yeah, I just had to unpack that. Have a wonderful day.